What's up, everybody? It's your boy Kojay here, doing an episode of Kojay's Corner in the old school way, where it was just my voice. But yeah, by the time this goes live, it will be a few hours, maybe 4 or 5, I don't know, something like that. From last I went live with the previous episode. I just feel I need to address some things on the fly at the moment, and I really care that if you're checking this out, that you have time to listen. There's a moment on my channel earlier. So, okay, Kojay's Corner is my podcast where I express, talk, have interviews, anything you name it. Go over content, opinions, thoughts, my reactions to several things. Very most importantly, talking about Palestine, which I definitely know is taboo, seeing how I've been shadow banned and blocked. Well, my last episode got blocked, but that's for other technical reasons, which I'm working out right now. So it'll be back live maybe by the time this is posted or sometime after. But there's something I feel I still have to break down for you. If you're one of those who talks with me and understand what's going on, then you definitely know I'm not talking to you, but this opposition to what I'm standing for, maybe you don't understand what I'm standing for yet. So even after all this that I share and talk, but then again, if people subscribe to me, do they really watch my old stuff? I don't know. But if I have to be a broken record, I will. So it's no secret, and it should be known, I stand in solidarity with the people of Palestine. I stand with the people of Palestine because they are innocent human beings who do not need to be targeted and slaughtered. See, collective punishment is wrong, ladies and gentlemen. And I've been critical on a government of another country that has claimed and stated from the beginning that their quote, quote, war is to flatten Gaza. That all Palestinians are filthy animals. People say the Palestinian, well, not people, but these people who are okay with the slaughter of innocent men and women and children, I've heard them say that they brought it on themselves, or they're governed by Hamas, or all these random reasons. Well, not random, it's a few. Or that you can't tell a Palestinian from a terrorist. That they're human shields. Does this actually work with your mind? To be acceptable with the fact, or accepting the cold, hard, horrendous truth that innocent people are being targeted to be killed, to be slaughtered, to be displaced, to be deformed. Is labeling a crisis a war an excuse just to be reckless? So you can just kill as many people as you want? Now, I'm bringing this up because this is the problem of the big problem. So, when we say free Palestine, it's for the Palestinian people to have equal rights. They do not have equal rights. Many years ago, America was like that. People of color didn't have equal rights. This is like that, but with the mix of the Nazi German rule over people. So my problem is a government, and an apartheid government at that, is literally targeting to kill, to hurt, to murder innocent men, women, and children. And every day there's evidence of that from reporters, the journalists, the few that we have, because they've been targeted and killed, just like nurses and doctors who've been abducted, tortured to death. Is that what you do when you claim to be at war with a terrorist group? Burying people alive, cutting heads off of babies. Now I say that, and the first thing that people advertise who does that is Hamas, is Muslims or whatever. But it's actually the IOF who does that. I've seen and shared footage with you of a soldier explaining how he cuts off the heads of babies. We've seen decapitated babies in Palestine from the IOF forces. Children have to see their parents get beheaded. That's only a little bit of the horrendous violence being done to them. And we get this information from the IOF themselves as they share posts on their Telegram of killing innocent Palestinians, running over them, running over a pregnant woman so many times until the fetus pops out. Who does that? Explain to me the strategy of doing that to protect your country and people. Tell me what strategy that does in finding Hamas. When you have to run over a pregnant woman. Why you have to kill a child in a woman's arms and tell her to keep going. This weekend, Bisan, she's a journalist in Gaza. She reported 5 journalists were killed this weekend. It was like 3 days ago, I think she posted that on Instagram. What's the strategy there? Who does that? What kind of people do that to another human being? This illegal occupation that the government of Israel has over the Palestinian people, that needs to stop. Leave them the F alone. Do not bomb them. Do not massacre them. Nothing. Do not touch them at all. Let them live where they live and govern themselves. Let them be free. Equal rights. That's it. They've lost so much. Still to this day, they're taking their homes. Not just Gaza in the north, but West Bank, where there is no Hamas. Are you guys really listening? Are you guys really reading, keeping up to date what's actually happening? Or are you just taking the first, quickest, simplest, shallowest, not true statement of what's going on, and then just carry on? I know it's challenging to care for other human beings for some of you, but you have to. Because I run into, like I did earlier on my show, this one individual didn't like what I was saying and bounced. Now, it was a section where I was showing this great Israel that is being built or will be built. People don't think that's true. I hope it's not true. I'm with you there. I have no problem with that being untrue. But I've seen this great Israel a couple times. I shared it on my channel and in my Instagram. There's even badges some IOF soldiers have that expanded Great Israel. So what is that about? It's concerning because to do all that requires slaughter of innocent people. And what we're seeing right now is a slaughter of innocent people. I wish I was wrong. So I run into two kinds of people, or come across. One, a person who doesn't know what I know and is dramatically against the Palestinian people for multiple reasons, either what they're told or what they think they know. And then two, they know what I know, but are in disbelief of it or credit the facts to someone else. Like every time Israel kills Palestinian people, it's because Hamas did it somehow. Like it's all their fault for what Israel purposely does to Palestinian people. Now, I don't understand why this person and others get offended at the idea that Palestinian people are human beings, and I don't understand how people take offense when I say innocent men, women, and children should not be targeted to kill. Why does that offend you? Why is that a problem with you? It's like you're essentially telling me that you're for killing innocent men, women, and children in all these brutal, gruesome ways. You're okay with that? How can you be? If you are, you're not the human being I want to be around. So when I say free Palestine, I mean it with every bit of my being, because innocent people should not be targeted, murdered, hurt, and killed and slaughtered. And that is exactly what's going on. The amount of weapons and artillery used on innocent people. Snipers taking out nurses. People being buried alive. People being captured, abused, and returned with missing organs. The list goes on, ladies and gentlemen. Daily. Tomorrow I'm going to wake up to some other horror. And I have to search for this stuff because so many of anyone who speaks up for Palestine, all these journalists, we all physically have to check in with them because they don't really show up on our news feed. Our media is doing everything it can to protect the occupiers, and evidence gets flagged. We find out about this stuff from eyewitnesses, victims, and IOF soldiers themselves when they gloat about the murders that they're doing. This is bothersome. And I hope you're listening to me because I'm saying this with everything I got, that it is wrong to go through collective punishment on people. It is wrong to target and slaughter and kill innocent men, women, and children. It is wrong to rape people. It is wrong to torture people, to torture children. That's wrong. Hurting and carpet bombing is wrong. Using white phosphorus on civilians is wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, these things are wrong, but they're being carried out and also on our US tax dollars. I'm saying these are wrong. How am I the bad guy? I'm saying people deserve equal rights, yet how am I the bad guy for that? Did you know there was 4 soldiers in Afghanistan who shot civilians for fun and collected their fingers as trophies, turned into a little game. Now, those 4 American soldiers were punished, I heard and read. I'll go over this on some other video coming soon. But those 4 soldiers were punished. Now, if we had done to us what Israel is doing to Gazans, here's how it would play out. For the actions of those 4 soldiers, America would be targeted, slaughtered, the people would be, carpet bombed, every neighborhood, every town, every big population would be bombed because of what those 4 soldiers did. That's a little bit much, right? That's collective punishment. Collective punishment is wrong. You attack a whole demographic of people for the actions of others. Believe what you will of October 7th. I've shared enough information of what actually went down. And more information that came out today about actually what went down, which proves what I've been saying, what went down with the evidence that came out then. So whatever you believe, it still doesn't justify collective punishment and targeting innocent men, women, and children to be killed. So, when I say free Palestine, it's for the equal rights of the Palestinian people. Stop killing them. So, about, I think 4 hours ago, Bisan, she made a message. It's very powerful, and I want to share with y'all. Because I mean what I say when I say killing innocent men, women, children is wrong. And I don't know where I am mentally when I have to fathom the fact that I have to explain that to people. Are you in such disbelief you look away from the truth because it's ugly? Are you in such disbelief that you look away from the truth because it ruins your perception of what you thought was good or who was good? It should. Because if it doesn't, the bad people will get away with it. These people belong in jail. We need a new system and new leadership, and there's lobbies controlling our politicians to sell out the American people's hard-earned money and way of life to support a murderous other government in another country. So I really believe when we free Palestine, we'll free America from the grips and control of another country. One that is vile and doesn't mind murdering people, killing babies. That's not my America. America should never be for that. But apparently, 100 years, people learn nothing. Hundreds of years, I mean. Anyways, pray for Palestine and free Palestine. Message from Bisan. I'll put a link to her Instagram in the description.
Today is the day 274 of the genocide to you, but the day 1 of the genocide for us. Hey everyone, this is Bisan from Gaza, and yesterday the Israeli army told the people living in the east of Gaza City, in the north of Gaza Strip, يعني in Tufah, الدرج and the old city or Gaza al-Qadima neighborhoods to leave, to evacuate from the east to where? To the west. Okay, so people, and that was at the middle of the day. So people started walking, running, trying to carry anything they can to the west. Okay, there's no vehicles, no fuel, no tents, no safe places, no shelters, no encampments, nothing. People are walking in the streets. Okay, some of them, or many of them, reached at the night, okay, and slept on the streets of the west of Gaza Strip because there are no places, there are no enough places for all these people living in all Gaza City, only to be in the neighborhoods of the west. So what the Israeli have done, Did they invade the east as they told people to evacuate? No. They invaded the south and the west of Gaza City, where people are sleeping in the streets, walking in the streets, crowded inside the schools, the hospitals, and the homes of the west of Gaza Strip and the west of Gaza City. So they groundly invaded the south and the west of the city. Okay, the tanks are in the most crowded areas in Gaza City. And then they posted another post. Yesterday in their platforms, they posted this post telling people to go from the east to the west. Okay, now they posted this after less than 24 hours and told people to go now to the south, to Deir al-Balah. Okay, this is a forced displacement. This is the emptying of the north of Gaza Strip so Israel can take it over. This is emptying the north. Israel is still dreaming about emptying the north and take it over and displace more and more people every day. How? Okay, by killing them. Because people are dozens killed and injured in the streets of the west of Gaza City right now by quadcopters and by snipers above the buildings that are not destroyed yet. This is the situation in the current moment in the north of Gaza Strip. And by the way, the carpet bombing did not stop. Okay. During the night and until now, people noticed that the bombing, the sounds, the shaking of the buildings and everything, and the earth below them because of the bombs is higher and harder than every time. They are now using new weapons, even new weapons, to start the new phase in the north of Gaza, starving people, then killing them. Okay? And by the way, even Deir al-Balah is not safe. You can just search about Deir al-Balah and see how many massacres are committed daily there. And they are now waving to invade Deir al-Balah, as Rafah, as Khan Yunis, as the north, as everywhere. Just don't believe them when they tell you that they are taking care of civilians and safe zones, and that they are killing terrorists, and that Gaza is enough. Gaza is enough for all the bombs that they are throwing and everything that they are doing. So, ladies and gentlemen, the free people of the world and the non-free who are saying that it's all about Hamas, it's all about terrorists, Gazans are exaggerating, and etc. The only solution for this is to ceasefire, to end the occupation, is the withdrawal of the Israeli forces from Gaza Strip, because they are not taking care of civilians, allowing any humanitarian aid to enter, putting any efforts to avoid killing children and women and civilians and destroying their buildings. They're only having fun when killing us and displacing us. It was a trap. They told people yesterday to evacuate from the east to the west. Now they are telling them to evacuate to the south. They trapped them.